Hey guys, welcome into this episode of Music City Trader Live. Actually, I'm doing live, and I'm going to show you back in here. What's going on with this trade, and we're going to look at this trade. We're going to set up this trade, and I'm going to show you the extremely close win that I had today. It's still a win, but man, I mean, sometimes it feels like you're getting so lucky on these trades. So I'm setting up this trade here. I just did this. I recorded it. You can see, I think this is a turnaround. I'm going to scrub through here, and I've got a trade in for 5 minutes on this one. And actually, I will tell you, this one did lose. I was wrong about this one. I thought that it was coming up to this line and that it was going to bounce down. So I put a pretty good trade length on this, and it just sort of, yes, it was climbing up, and I thought it was going, but it had this chart today had this crazy up pressure. See how it kept bouncing up, and I'll let you watch it in real time. Some of these bounces were crazy. It's like in the money, and then it would bounce out of the money. Watch it bounce out of the money. It's just bouncing up. And so I'm just looking at this trade in different time frames. Look at that. It's just bouncing up. I'm thinking, well, crap. It bounced way above there. Hit that white line. I think I entered another trade here for 5 minutes because I really think it's going down, right? I really think this thing is going down. I'm looking at the 30 seconds. I'm like, yeah, I think this was a kind of an impulsive entry, but on 5 minutes, I thought, well, yeah, it does have some up pressure, but I looked at the overall 10-minute chart and I'm thinking, this is going down. At least this line up here, this orange line that I have, looks like so I lost that first trade, so I'm down a little bit. I will update next week. I did take a huge withdrawal. I took a $16,000 withdrawal. That was my first biggest withdrawal I've ever taken, and I'm still waiting for the withdrawal to come through, and so I think it will. It seems like I had to do some verification. I'll get into all that in my channel as soon as I get my money. As soon as it all works out, I'll share the whole journey of trading and then withdrawing, and my biggest withdrawal. Now, this one I think is pretty good, and I see it setting up sort of another bottom level. See, this pattern is kind of weird because it's kind of going down, but it's like it's set up a let's pause this. It's set up a level here. It's going down. It broke that bottom line, then it climbed up again, and now I think it's going to break it again. But I just don't know. This is when we look at this in 10 minutes, you can see it's a little bit of a consolidation. I looked at it in 5 minutes. It looks like it could go either way. In 5-minute candles, which I don't look at a lot, in 10 minutes, it kind of looks stuck, and it's not a great position. When I look at this in 10 minutes, I'm like, this would have been a much better entry up here when it got up here. And when we look at that in the 1 minute, that's more like, I think, probably, like up here. This would have been the entry point. So but this was a turnaround, and I'm waiting for it to break that first line, that blue line, and it did. It broke that blue line, but look, it immediately rejected, went down. It just got up pressure, So I'm in that second trade, and I'm feeling pretty good about it, and I'm looking around. Let's get to the point here. I'm like, okay, well, I don't know, it did that. Look at that. It went from down there, and it should have probably cued me in. Watch how this pressure goes. It should have cued me in that, like, this could just be that it's not going to break this lower level. It could just be because look at that. This huge green candle on a Wednesday morning. I don't usually see these big jumpy candles like this. So I wasn't sure, but I took another gamble on this, and I set up a line, and I'm thinking, okay, well, it's still 2.5 minutes. So I still think it might just return to this top line and go down. But my judgment's a little bit cloudy today, because really when you see it continually jumping back up, that means that it's got some bottom rejection. It's got some bottom rejection, and I'm kind of noticing this looks like a consolidation line. So I took another 2-minute trade, not a great position, but on the full belief that this is going down. Now, I really should have probably taken it when it was up here, but I wasn't really sure. I was like, this is really a trash entry. It's okay, but it's basically betting on this entire thing tanking down to this line again. And with all the jumps from the bottom, like these big wicks, this is a dangerous move, okay? And I'll show you, we'll let it play out here and talk about how dangerous this move was. This move was very dangerous, actually, because I do think it's going to head down. the reason why I took this trade is because it was on that bottom line. It hit that bottom line, and I figured, okay, it went down, broke through that. It'll retrace, it'll grab that line again, and it'll keep going down. But when I look at it in 10 minutes here, it kind of shows consolidation here. This is a long form consolidation. It didn't go up, hit its level, and go down, continually go down. So, we'll see this. We'll watch this in real time, a minute and a half. And then I'm going to go back and show you where the chart is now. I don't know where it's at, but, my account got pretty low here. This is pretty dangerous. That's the other thing. Very dangerous because I have 2 trades open. And, that bottom, look at that bottom pressure. I mean, I wasn't so sure right here. It wasn't just going to jump right back up to this orange line. But now it starts shoving down. I'm like, oh, that's good. Still 30 seconds left on this low trade. And 30 seconds is enough time for it to jump all the way back up here. I mean, it's with the way it's been moving, I still, even though I'm way in the money on this bottom one, I wasn't sure that this was going to work. And in the next 45 seconds, you're going to see how close this came to losing. I mean, this did exactly what you would think it would do. It hit this bottom. It started retracting big time, like a rubber band just being snapped off the top bottom. And that's really, I should have seen that coming because I've got low wicks here. I've got off the bottom there. I've got off the bottom there. This green candle and this green candle, oh, there it was. It won. Okay, so do you see how close that was? Watch how close this is. It's got 27 seconds. And just watch this middle right here. It's bouncing up and down, and it barely won. I mean, barely. It barely won. Do you see how it bounced around and barely won? Yeah, it barely won. So it goes right here. It jumps around. Oh, just barely won. I'm going to show you one more time because that is really, really close. So it comes up and just barely wins. And you hear it go. I hear a little cha-cha-ching. All right, so now I'm thinking, oh, good. Okay, I'm back in the money. But man, this up pressure is intense. I'm going to guess that this chart probably, when we look at it in a couple seconds here, 8 seconds left on this top one, I still was very nervous that this would just get its wheels and just go straight up, but it didn't. And there it won again. Okay, so my profit for today following my chart is 920 is my profit. Actually, 840 is my profit because I lost one. So I won one. I lost one, won one. 1-2. Lost one, 1-2. Now my profit for the day is not 840. And I think I'm just going to let that be my win rate for today, 67%. Not bad. Like if I took another trade and won it, my win rate would go up and I'd win another $800, $900. But my starting balance was off here, $37.95. Okay. Starting balance is $37.95. I don't know why it's down. $37.95 was my starting balance. I had to go through and delete all my other stuff from this old thing. Oh, why do I have that there? Okay. Get all my starting balances off my chart because this chart is for September. So I have 3 trades total, 67% win rate, and my total profit for the month so far. I'm not sure why this is. Oh, that's week 1. Okay, so that's week 1. This week 2. So my total profit for the month should show right here. It should show this number right here. Oh, and I don't know why weekly profit's not showing right here. Because this weekly profit should equal. Let's see. How do I equal that number? I'm not sure. My chart might be here. It's M14. Where's M14? This might be kind of boring for you guys, but whatever. Equals M14. I don't know if that works either. Let's see. I'm going to check this chart and see if because I went ahead and I went and made this up. So that should show me that I have profit. Yeah, that's working. So weekly profit is equals M14. Where's M14? Oh, okay. M14. I don't know. I don't see how that's relevant. Let's see what this one says. M48 plus W44. M48. No, I don't know how to use Excel, guys. I'm going to figure that out. Oh, M. I'm reading MM. Okay, that's no Y. Okay, so M14. This is it right here. Daily profit. So this one should equal, this should equal weekly profit should be there. Boom. This one really should be weekly profit M48 and M plus M44. M48 plus M44. Why would I put M44? Yeah, I just think this is M48. So equals M48, bonk. And then this one should be equals M65, that's right. See, I think these charts got mixed up. But anyway, you can see now that this chart shows me my weekly profit is 840, shows me my win rate for the week. My total profit, this is not true because this one right here, I don't have a win, but it said I did. So it's actually NA on that. And so you can go over here. Once all this is set up, I have 3 trades at $840 profit. I have a win rate total of 67% for this week. I don't know. I think I could be done for this week. But I could trade some more. But let's look at the chart where that chart actually is now. Okay, where did the chart go? When I mean where did it go, I mean where. I can turn all this off and just get into pocket option. Where did it go? Where did the chart end up going? Because the chart itself could be going up and down. Let's see where we were. Okay, so trade now. We do have one win. That's not bad, you know. I mean, I'm in a really good spot. Okay, so this is still consolidating. You look at this, it's still consolidating. Look what it did. It kind of went up. This bottom line was that other bottom line that I was thinking, but it's all over the place. And then it's going down. Still, look, it touched this top line again here, and it keep going. This is the 1 minute chart. It's just really confusing to me, you know. I thought that it was going to hit this top line and head down. I've been waiting for it to break this line, but I don't think so far it's not doing it. You know, it's being very stubborn. And so because of that, I wouldn't make another trade on this chart. You know, it hit up here pretty hard and then it started to go down and then it sort of started to go back up. It kind of almost went up. I mean, if I was going to take a trade on this, it would be a put from here. Just because I think it's probably going to go down. But then again, you know, because this chart has showed so much up pressure, even though it's being slammed down, it keeps bouncing back up. So it's really unreliable in this sense that, you know, it did break this big line. So we had this big line that it broke right here. This big line it broke down, but then, you know, it hasn't got out of this area yet. So I was looking for a big turnaround, but this isn't doing a big turnaround. So maybe none of the charts are really. You know, this one seems to be consolidating too. Down, it's consolidating down, but it's still not making a big turn off an area. It's not making a big area turn down. You know, now this one right here looks really, really strong. I mean, this would be like, you know, really, really strong money wise in terms of trading off this, and I may trade off this one. It's not necessarily my trading strategy. It came up. It broke down, but it consolidated. Again, this chart's doing the same thing as that other one was doing. So it kind of did ride up, and it got higher. It hit this really hard level. Then it hit down, okay, like it was going to turn around, but it didn't. It kind of played to its upper side. You know, if I was looking at this in a longer time frame, I might think it's gonna go down. But I mean, it's been hitting this a long time. Hit it here, hit it here, hit it here. You know, and it climbed really high up here, like it really wants to break. It's pretty interesting actually. This one right here, kind of as it came, it bounced off this off this green line. Yeah, it bounced off that green line, or I'm gonna call it blue now, and it kind of just keeps going. It did go higher here. It went higher than it wanted to go there. It went higher this time here as well. You know, and you go in 30 seconds, 30. Yeah, look at that. It consolidated hard right here. And then it just went tanked up. It just went up. It's up there where it's always. Going back down. I feel like I would want a longer trade off the top end of this, off where it's going at. See, it's playing there. That might be it. That might be its number. I mean, that might be its highest point. But it's kind of been going this way. Okay, so if you look at the trend line here, it's kind of been going here. It's not like so, what do you call that? Perfect. As this was a break. This was a break of a normal trend. It went way above, outside of its basic bounce. So way outside its upper level. Yeah. It went way outside its upper level. I'm taking a chance on this. We'll do this live trade. It's 5 minutes. We'll talk about what I'm doing. This is the line I did not want it to break. My trade's long enough. I think this could break down. So we'll watch it. It's kind of like up here where it's like, oh man, I'm trying to get higher. And the 10 minutes has been kind of rising, but I'm looking. Yeah, that was a 5 minute trade. I reset back to 2 minutes because that's the way I usually do. Okay, so this is actually good if it kind of, if you watch any of my later videos, my more recent videos, the pink line is my actual, it's my actual assumption of like a turnaround. So I think it's going to hit that line. I think it's going to go back down to this line. That's what I think. I think I'm in a safe spot up here. As long as this bottom line is not really very clean. I mean, it does have a bottom line, but it's kind of going down. The biggest reason I took this longer time trade up here is because we are way up above here. Every time it's gotten into this stratosphere, it has went down. In the 10 minutes, it went up here, stratosphere, down. Now it did play a little bit. We got this hit here, down. Got back up here, down. Now it's climbed up this really, really, really high thing. It's got a lot of really strong emotions, I would say. But now it could consolidate in this little level. I could have gotten a little higher level, but see that level right there is that sort of that decision point where it goes to break. So if it breaks this line right here, then I think I'll win. Sort of like that area right there is pretty strong. It might bounce around off that level. I'm not super scared about that, but we got 2.5 minutes. We want to see some sort of pattern that it's going to, not break this black line. This black line cannot be broken. If it breaks that black line, most likely would lose, unless it breaks that black line and then jumps way far down, like just hits it and just like tanks. Right now it's playing pretty high and we've still got 2 minutes left, so it's okay. This orange line is sort of what I would call, whenever I'm trading, this orange line is like a it's not a support. No, it's not necessarily a support line. It's an action line. It's more like somewhat an inner support line. We see that it's done some things when it's hit this orange line a couple times. It was support here. It broke it. It went down. Broke it. Now it's playing around. This is 1 minute 50 seconds. This is the first time I've traded live in a long time. This is a promising situation here. It went way up in the 1 minute and just bam, crashed down. That's promising because I think it can do it again. It's got precedence. Let's look at it in 30 seconds. It's still playing high to the top. Got 3 candles left. It could hit there. If it does, this could be another situation right here. You see how it's kind of had a hard time getting under this. My line's kind of like, my line's not great. I could have gotten it up here. But I got in. I'll have to watch back on my video. I'm not sure why I got in there. I know why I got in there. I got in there long wise because I'm looking at the 10 minute. I'm thinking, well, yeah, it's going to, from this area up here, maybe had I picked 10 minutes, even 30 minutes, it hits and then keeps breaking down. So We got 52 seconds. This gets into where we need a really good push down like that, and we need it to not reject. So if you look at it in 10 seconds, it's really dangerous. Maybe it'll go down to here. In 10 seconds, we've got, like 3 candles left. If it can get down to this level without popping back, and it does look like it's going lower, lower, lower every 10 seconds, I'm going to hold my breath for this. We got 20 seconds. I'm going to hold my breath for 20 seconds. This looks like it could go down. It's playing down on the bottom. This could be a really good win. This could end my week for a really strong trade. There, 10 seconds. I'm going to show this number here. This gets nervous, so take a deep breath. 5 seconds. It's got to hold down here and not do a big jump. It's 4 seconds. Looks like it will be a win. This look, yes. I love to hear that number. That cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching-a-ring, ching-a-ring, chinga. Now, guys, that was phenomenal. That was phenomenal. I'm going to see if I got something in here. Okay. That was tough. That was you saw the intro of this video was my technical analysis of the chart and my wins, okay? So now I can go to this chart and I can take a win on that. And I have 920. So for this day, for today, look at this, guys. This is why I love this game. 4 trades, 75% win rate, $1,760 profit. That's my week salary right there. That's what I'm going for right now, and that's for the week that I'm going to be in Ohio. I'm going to be in Ohio in a couple weeks. I'm going to be working with my family, and I didn't want to be stressed about not being able to trade, so I traded today. Today's still August, but this is for week 2 of September. This today is my trading for week 2 of September. What I've learned is I can kind of, if I'm traveling and I know I'm not going to be in town, I do not trade on the road. I do not trade when I travel. I lose my account. I've blown my account so many times at my mom's house because I go there. I got my brother hanging out. We're doing stuff. We're chilling. He's like, let's go hang out. And I'm like, let me go trade real quick. And then I go in there and I got people talking to me and I can't focus. And then I blow, my account, and I would do it over and over again. So I don't log into my pocket option account unless I'm right here trading. Sometimes I was checking my balances on my phone the other day, but that's it. I do not make any. I used to trade on my phone all the time. I literally don't do it. I do it only in my set time frames. Now I'm finished for week 2 of September. Now I'm in the money for September. My win rate is 75%, which is phenomenal. And this is my chart that I'm using right now. So if you join the Music City Trader tribe, you can join that. Just go to musiccitytrader.com. You can join in, and then we get to talk to each other, and I'll share this video. I don't trade live anymore because it's so much pressure. I get emotional, and I think I can run it for myself. You know what I mean? I think I can basically run it for myself. I did trade live today. That was rare, okay? So if you're in the Trader tribe, you'll see the videos come up. You'll see everybody's video that's in the tribe, especially Alejandro is really active in the tribe. Let's see. This first one was Euro NZD. Let's see where Euro NZD ends up being. Euro NZD. Let's see. Euro NZD were my first trades. Let's see if it ever got out of the this is Euro NZD. See, it never really broke down. It's still consolidating. It's 11:09 a.m. It went up like it was going to turn around, and then it didn't turn around. You would think this would go up, touch here, go back down. That's what you want to see. You don't want it to touch and then go back down and then start doing this, down, up, down. Because now we don't know. Is it going to do a turnaround and go down, or is it going to break through and go up? You don't know. We did have 10 minutes of flat turnaround, but you wouldn't have known that because the confirmation only happened here. It confirmed a down trade. Had you used my first strategy, this would have won. This trade would have won big time. If you would have used a breakthrough strategy, you would have seen the line. It broke through. Maybe you took a 2-minute trade. Oh, man, I don't know. Because it broke through unless you got up high. Once you got here, 1 down, 2 down. Yeah, you could have won that, but you would have had to enter right here. If you would have waited for another confirmation, like, it broke through. Look what it did, a false breakthrough. That's what this is right here, a false break. It broke through the line, and it went down. Now, we would think that it was going to tank all the way down here. This is what I would put here for my pink line. It hits here, goes down. Okay, fine. It broke structure. It looked perfect. This would have been the perfect setup, but instead it goes up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Still doing that, you don't know. So now you have like a consolidation right here that's never going to decide. It will decide. You know, the good thing about this is it will decide what it's going to do. And you know what I think it's going to do? Because it didn't do what it initially should have done. I think it's a consolidated breakout, like a false breakout consolidation. I think this chart is going to go sky high. I think it's going to break above this, and it makes sense if you look at it in 10 minutes. It does make sense. It went up here, it broke, it came down, it hit up here a second time, and yes, it did not break that top line yet. But I think that's where it's going. I think this chart is going to the top side because if it was going to turn around, I really do think it would have turned around already. But you see, you have support and resistance right here. You have a line right here. It stopped here. You have it here. You have it here. You have it here. So this right here is a really strong support and resistance line at the bottom of this candle. It broke through that time. It stopped it up here, and we're in that line right again. It can't get above. I think when I say it can't get above yet. I think it's going to break full above this. In fact, if I was going to take a 5-minute trade right now, I would take a 5-minute call. But this is dangerous. I wouldn't call from here because, you know, it's at the top of the consolidation point. But if I was thinking, you know, like long term, I'm guessing it's going way up here. Now it could go like this for a little while longer. That's the danger on consolidation is, you know, calling at the top of the consolidation because it could bounce one more bounce. Okay, it could take one more bounce and then it could go up. So I'm always going to reset my trade back down to $1 in case I'm ever doing analysis and hit the button. Oops, I would only make $1 trade at that point. So this is a good positive move forward. A good profit of $1,700 today. And really more than what I thought I was going to make. I didn't think I was going to keep trading, but I'm really pushing for that extra trade so that I can be done in my mind for the week. And so as long as it's safe and slow, I'm okay with taking that one extra trade. You know, I did risk my win, but I didn't risk anything below my win today. So I had that one win, and I could have walked away. And I thought, no, I will be gone that whole week. I will not be able to trade, you know, that week. And so I'm like, you know, let's just see if we can take this and make it happen. Now, had I lost that trade, I probably would have taken one more to try to get it back. But that's just how I do it when I'm trading, sort of trying to trade for the week in one day. That's how I do it. All right, guys, join MusicCityTrader.com. Join the tribe. If you sign up with my Pocket Option affiliate link, you will get free access for life to the trade or tribe. Or if you've already got Pocket Option, you just want to join, you can go to the website and check out the pricing. All right, I will see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.